Hi, I'm Bryce Taylor, and welcome to Making Things. And I'm here at Parts & Crafts with Will McFarlane, who's here to help us build the first installment of the Parts & Crafts monthly Make It.
So we're going to be making this lightsaber from our lightsaber kit. It has a PVC press fit handle, a polycarbonate tube as a blade, and inside there are these LEDs. These are blue. You could have different colors. And it turns on and off by moving this magnet. There's a magnetically controlled switch inside. So I can just gently twist this magnet here and turn it off and on.
All right, well, let's get started.
All right, so we're gonna put together this lightsaber. We have a bag of all the electronics parts. We've got a bag of all the parts of the handle, and we have this polycarbonate tube with the LED strand inside. So the first thing we're gonna do is build the circuit. So we're not gonna need these. So this is all the parts for the circuit of the thing. We have an LED strand, which is a bunch of LEDs soldered together in parallel with these two quick disconnect terminals crimped to the end. And we've crimped quick disconnect terminals to the end of all of the parts. We have a battery pack that fits two AA batteries. This is a reed switch with a little bit of extra wire soldered onto one side. And these are the batteries that go in the pack. And in between them is this neodymium magnet, which you might find stuck to anything. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the batteries in the battery pack, putting the flat side, or negative or ground side, up against the spring, which is connected to the black wire, and the plus or positive or power side to the red wire. Now I'm going to test which way this needs to go in order to light up the LEDs. LEDs only allow electric current to flow through them in one direction. One way will not turn on, and the other way will. So now we know that this is the right side, and I'm going to unplug the black minus wire. And in order to make this connection controllable, I'm going to attach between these two things this reed switch. So now I'm going to put the reed switch between the two terminals that I just disconnected. I'm putting them on the black ground wire, but it doesn't actually matter which of these things we put it on. You don't have to push these on more than halfway, and if you do, they become almost impossible to take out. Now we have a simple circuit going from the red power wire through the LEDs, through the reed switch, and then back to ground. And with my magnet near the reed switch, I can turn the lights off and on. Then we want to affix our reed switch to our battery pack. So from our other bag, we're going to take out our roll of electrical tape, which is just around this PVC cutoff. So you're going to need 3 couple-inch long strips of vinyl electrical tape, and we are going to tape the reed switch to secure it to our battery pack. Cover up that piece of metal there, so it's nice and tight. Once we've built this circuit, there's a couple of things that can go wrong. First of all, if these wires touch each other, we get what's called a short circuit. The electricity flows directly through this connection and skips all these lights. That's bad. It means the lights don't go on. It also means the whole thing heats up and eventually starts to melt. So to prevent this from happening, we just insulate the metal parts with 2 pieces of electrical tape. So we've done our circuit. I don't need it for the moment. We're going to put our handle together. So I'm going to stash it down here. The first thing we need to do is get these various parts of the handle onto the handle itself. The front of the handle has these 4 slits in it that allow you to open it up or push it in. So you take the magnet holder, which has a slice and a hole in it, slide it down to the bottom. And there's another one, which is about twice as long and has no hole, and we can put that on the top. This is going to be the blade. It's going to hold the LED strand, and it's going to go in the handle, but it doesn't go snugly in the handle. And in order to make it fit more smoothly, we have this piece of PVC here. I stick this on the bottom, and then now, this is a little bit tricky and takes a little bit of force. I'm going to pull these things apart as I shove this thing in. You can see how the 4 sections here just kind of fold outward, and then I'm going to slide this clip up until it pinches everything down until we get a nice snug connection. So I have done the assembly of the exterior of the lightsaber. I have this circuit which goes on the interior, and now I got to put them together. I start by sliding this all the way up through, and then I'm I'm going to make sure these wires are bundled up so that they fit in snugly, and then I'm going to push the battery pack in. And you have to fiddle with some of the spots where the tape is, but basically it should just go right on in. Next, we just have to put the PVC end cap on the bottom. I take my 3/8 inch neodymium magnet. I'm going to stick it in the hole in the collar so we can slide the magnet holder up and down the handle, and you can see that at certain spots the magnet turns the reed switch on, and at other spots it doesn't. So you're going to find a spot where just a small amount of motion will turn it off. So now it's off, and I can slide it back down just a tiny bit, and it's on. Once we found that spot, we're going to use tape to kind of mark where that spot is. Since it's sliding down to turn on, I'm going to wrap the bottom section of the handle in electrical tape. This way, the area that turns the light off and on is going to be framed by this tape here. So now I can just slide this up until it turns off, and that way I know where to start taping the other side. That way these two sections of tape will frame the on-off switch. Having done that, I can now go on, off, on, off. So if you find that you have to keep recalibrating where the off and on switch is, it's probably because this battery pack is sliding around a little bit on the inside. So to stop that from happening, you can gently push it all the way in, as far as you can, and then use almost anything as material to hold it in place. Ripped up and crumpled up paper works pretty well. So the only other thing you might want to do with your lightsaber is sand the outside. And what that does is it makes the outer tube less transparent, and it kind of diffuses the light on the way out, and it makes it so that you can't see that there's a smaller tube of lights on the inside.
Cool. Thanks. And now, so you have a functioning lightsaber? I
do.
As do I. Oh no, now we have to duel. So, you can hit them together a little bit, but actually wailing really hard is not advised.
And before you start battling with them, you might make sure that your magnet is really snugly in your lightsaber.
And that you're somewhere appropriate and have permission to do so, wherever you are. Thanks for watching Making Things. If you have any interest in building your own lightsaber or helping support documenting cool projects like this, check out the links below. And special thanks to anyone who backed our Kickstarter.